Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 13th, 2022, and we have just left campsite 83, and we are headed up Hazel Creek for 1.2 miles before a pretty deep creek crossing. So here we go. We're about a mile in, and so far it's just been a steady uphill. So this is our next creek crossing. I bet in the summer months, well, maybe more fall months, it might be a rock hop, but not today.
Hi guys, I'm not sure what happened to some of the video footage that I took of this trip, specifically this day, but I don't have it, and I do have a lot of pictures. I thought I would just share those pictures with you. This particular day was tough for me, and I'd like to think that that video footage didn't make it onto my computer because of how negative I felt like I was, which I'm sure it wasn't that negative, but I always like to be positive and bring you guys the positive side of the tough hikes. But this particular day was tough on me and I wasn't able to do it. Part of it was because, as you see here on Cold Spring Gap Trail, it was rocky uphill and a stream for probably about 70% of the trail. That's not fun to hike in. It's hard to hike in. You can't get a groove. We were slower than we wanted to be because we were already hiking about 16 miles that day. And now looking back on it, I can say what a beautiful place it was, and the ruggedness wasn't as bad as I had it in my mind. I think I was more tired than I usually am, but I'm glad that I have just the pictures to remind me of this beauty. The other thing that slowed us down was there was a considerable amount of blowdowns, which in the springtime I think that is an issue on all the trails, but this one in particular was a pretty tough blowdown. We laughed through it, but it was fun getting through that. This was early to mid-April, which was a little early for the wildflower season. It wasn't quite completely in bloom, but as you can see, there was quite a bit of beautiful little flowers along the trail. And of course, lots of beautiful waterfalls and some pretty quartz just stuck here and there in the ruggedness. This was just a small patch of overgrowth. There wasn't a whole lot as it was mid-spring. Shortly after hitting Welch Ridge, we climbed up to High Rocks, about 1/3 of a mile straight up, but it was well worth it. High Rocks is just above 5,000 feet in elevation and offers a gorgeous view of Fontana Lake and the North Carolina mountains. Some say you can even see into Georgia. It was super windy up there this day, so we didn't stay up there too long, but long enough to get some pictures and then have a seat on this chair. There used to be a fire tower standing nearby, but the only thing left now is about half of a cabin that the CCC built at the same time as the fire tower. After less than a mile on Welch Ridge, we headed down Bear Creek, and I believe this is the only photo I took on Bear Creek. And then we wrapped around Lakeshore Drive, and then we came to the tunnel. This was my second time going through the tunnel, and I noticed that the graffiti changes over time. It's very interesting and eclectic. It's a little eerie walking through the middle part where it's super dark, but then there's the light at the end of the tunnel. I did find a little video at the end of our hike, but thanks for watching the pictorial as I showed you Cold Spring Gap and Bear Creek.
Here's my reddened face after 33.5 miles in 2 days. But I'm smiling now because we did it. And I can see Stella in the distance. So I will show you the sign as we get to it. We're almost there. All right, here's our last sign. We made it. We're all done. I'm not sure I'll ever have to come back this way again unless I want to. it is pretty cool, just maybe not up the mountain. Okay, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it didn't bum you out on my negativity. Sometimes, you know, we gotta keep it real. Sometimes you just can't be all happy and sunshine. But the point is, I now know how much I can do in the Smokies. I know that I can do it. May not do it again. But anyway, thanks for watching.